They
Light
are
workers, like,
light workers,
yeah.
just like you, just like me, just like millions of billions of people on this planet. We are light workers, and they are just like us trying
All
to
of
do their
these
job.
energies that are coming in are for us to open our hearts and our
A lot of
creativity.
energetic stuff going on right now.
Mhm.
And you use that and go, okay, that's why my whole thing is like, I'm integrating these energies. I'm integrating these energies. I'm integrating these energies. And make yourself aware of what's going on.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to It's Your Time because it's your time and it's your time for integration of these new energies and balancing the emotion of the energies, I think. Is that what you wanted to say? This is Vicki, my cohort.
Hi. Yes, that is something I would like to talk about.
Okay, good.
So, shall I just start?
Yes, go for it.
Okay.
It's your time.
With all the solar flares, X flares, and proton storms and everything coming in, or borealis is happening, everywhere.
Yeah.
I just kind of, it came out of nowhere. It's like we need to ground these energies. We need to ground to anchor these energies in. And so, I put it on my Facebook page. I try and keep it short. Sometimes, I try and keep it to the point. This is what needs to happen, and drink water. So, so I did that,
Mm.
and that was. I don't know what you are feeling with the energies. I did know that, like, if I just was still, I could kind of feel my body vibrating a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And I knew that these are really going to be impactful, and a lot of things can start happening because of these energies. Lots of things. So, another thing I kind of wanted to delve into is we touched on the spiritual alchemy of things last week, but I wanted to kind of go more in detail about what I mean, you know. And I got out David Hawkins' map of consciousness, Ta-da! Oh, look, I just had a big cloud. And
It's a rainbow. No, on the sheet.
yeah. Oh.
On your sheet. There's a
Oh yeah. Yes.
rainbow.
It is. They are rainbow colors. But like I wanted to kind of bring up um like when you get mad, when you get angry. Anger has an energetic frequency of 150, which is kind of low. Now, if you can just bring yourself out of that anger, hold it for a moment and let it go and go, I can be neutral about this. I don't have to get mad. I can just watch it, the watchers. I can just watch it. That brings you up to 250. So you are elevating from 150 to 250 just by pulling away and being neutral and just watching it, right? So if you can get out of your anger and just go and just kind of watch it, that will raise your frequency. Um, grief. Grief itself has a 75.
Oh, can I interrupt? I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
A perfect example of that yesterday when my groceries came, I had 2 deliveries. The first one was really I made her mad, I think, because she didn't do some things that I wanted it a certain way.
Hmm.
And so I was angry when she got here and she said, "Hello, John," like she had the wrong person. And I turned around and looked at her and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And it just went downhill from there. And by the time she left, she was, angry and just took off in her car. That's never happened to me before. Then the other delivery, by the time the next delivery came, I was so happy that she was so helpful. I gave her a huge tip. But as I was bringing in the groceries from the person that I was angry with, I was like, why am I angry? What's the deal? You'll live without whatever it was that she couldn't be bothered to find. It's not a big deal. And I calmed my anger down, and I did that where I stood back and looked at the situation in a different light. And I was like, I just sent unconditional love. Yes, you have to pay your rent. That's what she said. Well, I got to pay the rent. And she took off. So I'm like, okay, I hope you can pay your rent. I sent her, good vibes. And you know how people have to reiterate these things. It came back when the next person came, but I turned it into something really good. And then I felt very good about it. And I realized I was the one that kind of was angry and brought out the anger in the other person. I did not like that.
If you
And so
could,
I turned it into something else.
well,
Right.
good for you.
Yes, I was. And I was very happy with everything that happened after that. So that's very fast for me because it's like a 2-week turnaround or something like that.
Well, yeah, if you can do that right away, that's really good.
Yeah.
Another one was grief. Grief itself comes in at a 75 frequency reading. 75. That's pretty low. But if you can use your to grief breaks open your heart, right? Because if you can use that grief to come into either acceptance is 350. So from 75 to 350, that is quite a jump, right? It is what it is. If you can use that grief to turn it into, I was going to say, compassion, for other people going through grief. Also, it doesn't really have compassion, but it does have like love,
Love is what I
and
took my
love is like 500 points. So if you can use your grief and start thinking about maybe why you are grieving, but just don't stay in the grief. Think of the person that you're grieving of
That's right.
and how much you loved them. That
Yes.
will automatically raise you from 75 to 350.
I definitely do that too when I think of my mom and dad. Yeah.
Hmm. So, and let's see, there's also fear. If you're afraid of something, and that's at 100 degrees. And if you can turn that fear into acceptance, like it is what it is, that brings you back up to 350. So, what I want to point out is use these lower level emotions and turn it into something of a higher vibration. Because
That's
what we want to do is start living in that higher vibration more and more, as much as we can. We have to see the grief, we have to see the fear, we have to see the anger, but we can evolve out of it into a higher vibrational emotion, such
that
as love, even just acceptance, you know. So, if you can bring yourself to peace, you know, it is what it is out there, it's happening, but I'm bringing myself into a peaceful place. Peace is 600. It's it
wow.
it's a 600 vibrational field. So, and once you find your peace, enlightenment is like from 700 to 1,000. So we rarely get into that enlightenment, area, but we can find peace
Hmm.
within ourselves. And just if we can live there more often, that's going to help us tremendously with these new energies coming in.
Definitely. And where is joy and gratefulness on the chart?
Joy is at 540.
And
So
like
joy is right below peace.
below peace.
It is
Okay.
below because peace is, if you can hit peace, you're doing pretty well because the
So
next phase is,
what is peace though in on the chart? What does it mean? Like
oh, it
acceptance
just,
and
yeah, well,
equality?
it says bliss.
Ah, your word. How did I
And
know that?
oh yeah, it's funny. It goes associated emotional state is bliss, but your view of life is perfect. If you can say to yourself, "My life is perfect," you will find your peace, and that is kind of what I do fairly regularly. I will notice my moments of perfection, and mainly it's like my dogs are alive, you know, my husband is alive, and we are all not sick. Everything right now is perfect.
Right, right. I don't use the word perfect. I should start using that though, because
But
I always I always think of peace as contentment, which I think is different.
contentment is, let's see, it doesn't really have contentment itself on here, but
It's kind of like a little, I mean, you're at peace with
yeah,
stuff,
you're at peace.
but yeah, yeah.
I
That's a
am
good.
contented, but it's peace is a little bit more because it's more than just being contented. It's really seeing your life as perfect for you at this moment.
Oh yeah, my life has been. I just always think of it as, I'm trying to think of the words that I use, miraculous, because I'm always seeing
Hmm.
miracles all day long. And well, what to me are miracles? I guess some people think that, it would have to be an angel showing up in their
But
living
no,
room for it to be a miracle.
a miracle is getting your car done and not being charged.
That's right. There
It's
you
getting your
go.
car
That's a
fixed and
miracle.
not being charged. That's a
Now
miracle.
that brings peace to you, right? So
It,
yeah, so how did he fix it?
well, it was I had to reboot my car. I didn't know how to reboot my car,
So
and
it's like a hard reset.
yeah,
Okay.
he showed us how to pull um like how to pull the hard drive out and stick it back in.
That's it.
That's
All
all there was. And he
right.
said both of my batteries are good. He normally doesn't. I have a hybrid, by the way.
Mhm.
He normally doesn't replace the big battery for like 130 to 100 120 to 130,000 miles.
Whoa.
I have like 45,000 miles because I'm the little old lady from Pasadena. So, so it's like, well, cool then, and the other it's got two batteries. One's the big expensive one, one's the not so expensive one, and they're both good. And so I was extremely happy
Yeah, I'll
about
bet.
that whole thing, and I do feel that there was a reason for me to be without my car for a few days because this was during the 11/11 portal. I needed to hibernate. I've hibernated before, so it's just not that much of a difference.
Well, this time you
However,
had an excuse so you wouldn't
yes,
feel
this
guilty.
this was an enforced hibernation, and I
Yeah.
accepted it graciously.
Now, grace, that's another word that's an interesting,
Hmm.
like it's close to bliss. Grace is what comes to you when you're in bliss, I guess.
Hmm.
People talk about it being like a feeling of enlightenment, that your whole body is like, people, whatever they're doing in meditation or,
Hmm. And
just raising their vibration, and their body feels blissful. So,
and
yeah.
yeah, and don't forget, you can bestow grace upon others
Yes,
when you do not judge them,
yes.
and you know that you could. You are giving them grace. You know, you
Mhm.
are. I'm giving you grace to be who you are and not making anything out of it. And giving you grace. And really, when you give them grace, you give yourself grace. It's a back and
So I should give Zoom grace because it keeps zooming in on me when I don't want it
forth.
to.
Yes, you
So I
should
should give
because
it some
maybe
grace.
they just want to show your beautiful face a
No,
little
I
bit
want
more.
to see my whole background and haven't been able to figure it out yet, but we'll get there.
It is what it
But
is.
but yes, and
Yes.
that's what Vicky keeps
Allowance,
telling me. Every week I
acceptance.
complain about it when we're setting up, and because I want it to show my whole background, and look, it just keeps zooming in on my face and I don't want that. But, you know, I just have to give it grace, give it some unconditional love,
Hmm.
and maybe it
And
will
give
zoom back
yourself
out.
some unconditional love.
I thought I did that all the time.
Yeah, well,
I
sometimes
know.
yes, sometimes no.
Really? When have I not?
When
I
you're
don't.
angry, when you get angry, you're not giving yourself unconditional because you can't
Mm,
hold anger and love for yourself at that same time. You have to be focused on one or the other.
okay, but it's not bad to be angry. See, that's where I am right now. I was. because of my ADHD or whatever you want to call it, I was told that I have tantrums and that little girls are not supposed to get that angry. So I would hold it inside, and then when it would come out, it would be in a tantrum. And, I was not, I mean, nobody really knew how to teach someone like me
Right.
how to harness their anger or what to do with it. And so I was, 50 when I found out I had ADHD. And then I awakened because once I found out why, I was like, oh well, that kind of gives me validation to understand why this happens, okay? And then, but then on the other side of it, when once I awakened, it was like I could forgive myself for it
Mhm. You could
more
give
than I
yourself
used.
grace
Yeah,
for not realizing what was going on.
but when that happened yesterday, I thought it was her. I didn't know that I
Well,
mean, she was in a hurry and she didn't care about
she
customer
does. She does have her own stuff to go through.
Yeah, that's what I said. Everybody's on their own journey, and your journey is that you just got pissed off and you got to calm down. Well, a little bit of that is, little girls are not supposed to get so angry. And well, I didn't, it's not like I swore at her or anything. I just said, I
No,
what
but you let that anger bounce between you.
and it hit her and it came back at me.
Hmm.
So and so that's another example of when people say, stay in your own power, other people's anger. Well, I'm really good at that, not letting other people's anger uh, hit me and change. I mean, I'm getting really good at that, but I'm not. Obviously, that's another lesson for me to learn. So, but it is a part of my integration this week. Apparently,
Hmm.
I'm hearing from my helpers.
Are they starting to knock on your door?
Yes, they are a little bit. They're saying yeah, because they wanted to talk. Well, I wanted them to talk about integration. I hope that's what they talk about. You
We'll
never know.
see.
Integration and because that was something. I mean, it's not like they made me angry, but the idea was there for me to get angry or not. And I did make the choice of getting angry, but then I backed off because I am integrating. So okay, so the reason that it happened so easily is because I am integrating the energies right now. So it's like when you're integrating energies, you're like a rubber band being pulled. And so something happens and that's it. So that's kind of what they were saying anyway. So let me see
Yes,
if
when the energies are high, you know, they can kind of blow up if you don't if you are aware of what's going on and realizing that you're getting so mad. Why am I getting so mad? Oh, well, there's a lot of energetic stuff going on right now. And you use that and go, okay, that's why my whole thing is like, I'm integrating these energies. I'm integrating these energies. I'm integrating these energies. And make yourself aware of what's going on.
yeah, that's true. Um and I was in my old mindset too. So that was the other thing when I backed off. I realized, wow, I came out of that really fast. And I could see it like it was me standing there with this bubble around me and I could see it and I was just like, yeah, I don't like that. Go away. Let's not do that. And I guess I gave myself grace. But the grace I was thinking of is and the first time I heard this was in my shamanic training and it was New Year's or something and I was standing up bringing in energies and I had lit a candle and I lit Palo Santo and I did, like a ceremony, but it was like not my little ceremonies, it was a big one. And I, grateful and thankful. And I just felt this whoosh come into me. And I mean, I've heard it before when I've helped spirits leave. I've heard it, but I never felt it like that. And I told one of my shaman friends, and they said, "Oh, that's grace. That's what I call it. Is grace has come into you, and to help you and also to help you like move forward in whatever it is that I was, trying to say thank you for in the future, which is probably what we're doing right now." So there you go. That's another thing I have, you have to something to remind yourself once in a while. I am in the place that I wanted to be 6 months ago. And if you're not, why not? What can you do, And integrating these energies, everyone's getting hit by them,
Hmm.
whether everyone in some way or another. And I've seen some of my friends, it's made them very happy, and they're not, awakened people. They're just a happy person, so they just got more happy, which is wonderful. And other people got very confused. There are some people that are, it's almost like they had a stroke, but they didn't. So, well, I don't think she did, but I guess I have to ask that. But just different ways that people are acting. Another person is uprooting her whole life. Like, it's enough. I'm leaving, and leaving everything. You know what I mean? Like selling everything and I'm gone, kind of a thing. And that's wow. That's a big step. That's a
Hmm.
big step. So I don't know. Have you seen in your life other people how they're
No,
integrating?
because I've been hibernating
You've been
for.
hibernating. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, I feel like I usually do, but I guess I am out in the world more than I used to be. More than I want to be, really, because I like to
I,
do
I
different.
was able to go to breakfast on Friday morning.
Yes, good. Well, and how that person is not an awakened person, right? That you go with.
Oh no, they are they're my friends.
Yeah, well, of course.
And
Does
they
she have
they
three friends? Or
I will say that they are not into it as much as I am, but they will let me talk, and they'll hear me.
okay,
And that's all I can ask for, is that they will hear me, and they give me the grace to be myself.
and but were they acting any different because of these energies?
No.
No, not at all. Well, maybe I'm just imagining it, but it seems like I don't know. Everybody is
Well,
in the
it was Friday, and one person, one of my friends, she actually has right now where she doesn't have a job right now, so she's kind of being forced to go inward. She wouldn't call it going inward; she would call it not having anything to do. But I call it. It gives her time to settle.
right.
Mhm.
And integration time. There
Yes,
you
it
go.
is.
So yeah, so the help with the helpers, what they were talking about, they told me last week when you felt elation, because I did feel it and it was on a Monday morning of all time. Usually
Yeah,
Monday morning you feel that collective, bleh,
yeah.
and I was elated and happy and just everything was, I don't know, I was just full of grace. And they this morning when I did my channels with them, they said, when you felt that, that was you integrating, or that was you downloading. And they mentioned a couple other things, like in the night when I see things, they said that was download, you're downloading. And then when you felt this and when you got angry and those types of things, those are times of integration. And so it's not, they always say, don't berate yourself for being angry. And I always look at it like the other person, needed that also. You know what I mean? They needed that lesson too. And, and, or if not, it was there for them, whether they used it or not. Okay. How's that? So that, maybe we both, could learn something from it. But anyway, and they said in times like that, and when you're feeling so tired, like really tired. And but I have been very active over the last 3 or 4 days. I thought that's what it was, and they were like, no, it's not that. It's because I'll go to sleep, my head hits the pillow, I am out for like 6 hours, and usually it doesn't. I usually wake up, even if I don't get up, I usually wake up to roll over or something. Didn't nothing for one night, it was for 8 straight hours. And so that they're saying that is you integrating also. But during that time, I got to remember some of my dreams, which is I've been working on that, asking, help me remember my dreams, what is important in my dreams. Um, But yesterday, uh, was it Friday? I was watching a podcast and somebody said something, it was something about allowing spirits, releasing spirits. And many people are doing that right now because there are many that are saying what is going on. And, they can feel it too. And people, not people, but, entities, ghosts who have been here for 100 years or something are being released. So that's something on the other side that people don't think about or talk about. And so somebody said they released a spirit, and I was like, I haven't done that in a long time. I wonder why. It's not, they're not coming to me. And it came back to me that I have such heavy protocols and filters, and I'm at, not that I'm at this super high frequency and I'm an angel or anything, but my frequency is at a certain point, and I always say my frequency or higher. So a lot of those spirits are lower. The ones that used to come to me that I would release are lower frequency than where I am because of all that I've learned. That's what, and my own growth. So anyway, so I said that, well, I would be happy to help release some of these spirits as long as it's within my protocols. I always say that my frequency or higher. And this, I don't know what you'd call it, came to me through my third eye, which is not usually where they come. And it was an old shaman, and his face, he came right up to me, and there was a whole big long thing that I went through with it to release him. And when I released him, his face came back to me, and I was like, I thought you were released. And he said, thank you. And he was gone. And none of them have ever told me thank you. So it was a really big thing for me. I was really glad that I could do that. And I've done it many times with other spirits, and I've helped other people that have spirits in their house. Um, yeah, just call me Donna Ghostbuster. But
Yeah,
yeah.
talking about dreams. I didn't have a dream nearly like that, but the one, it was just a poor, one little snippet of a dream was, there was a plant, and I don't know if I repotted it or whatever, but there was this plant, and I woke up the next morning, and this plant had grown 1 to 2 feet,
Whoa.
and it was covered in white blooms,
Oh.
and it came to me as like, and this was during this whole, energy thing. It's like it came to me. It's like there's going to be a lot of people waking up. We are all blooming. This is all a rebirth right now.
Mhm.
And so that was a very cool piece of that dream.
That is cool. A plant is, I mean, that's, like the tree of life. It's like, um, and the white, obviously, that has to do with enlightenment and higher frequencies. And if anything that's white,
Mhm.
yeah, that's, because that's like heavenly.
Yeah, I was telling one of my friends. She goes, it was probably a lily. So I'm thinking it might have been. So I looked up white lilies, and they are a sign of rebirth. You know,
Oh,
yeah,
really? Well, how cool is that? That is so neat. I like
and that
that.
is what we are all going through right now.
Yes. So yeah, so they do want to come through, but they're saying that we have just said everything that they were going to say, but they'll say it in a different way.
Okay.
They're like, you hit on every point already. Um, but they go into a more personal, like a thing for each person. Let's see. Take a deep breath, your feet on the ground, and the white healing light comes down from above into your heart when you breathe out. And let's try that again. Breathe out, and it goes into your heart to open your heart to love and grace. We have listened to your conversation and are very pleased to be asked to add to everything that you spoke about so eloquently and so with such humor. We love to see your humor and your connection with each other. Your connection is stronger each time you have a connection on a podcast like this. When you connect as going to lunch, it is more of a physical connection and is more for your happiness. When you are in the podcast, there is a different connection because you are speaking to the collective, you are speaking to everyone. We would like to just let you know we are grateful for your podcasts. And speaking of downloads and integration, these are terms that you use. These are terms that you will understand. If you do not understand, a download is when you receive information that comes to you through love, through your crown chakra, through your third eye, through your heart. With the energies coming to you now, there are undeniable downloads. There is so much information for you. Some people are overwhelmed as they do not have filters or protocols. They are undeniably in confusion. But if they are at all in love, these things will open them. These things will make them seek to find assistance to understand words like download, to understand the words awakening, to understand that this is a prophesied time and what is happening is unprecedented. The word unprecedented can at times bring fear because everything is unknown. But if you are what you call grounded, if you are holding love in your heart, you are understanding. You are understanding your neighbor is on their path. You are on your path. When you are understanding these things, you may much more easily download things of a higher consciousness, things of a higher frequency that will connect to you, go through you. Some may change some of your DNA, some may upgrade your DNA. Those who are ready to be upgraded are upgrading at this time. If you are upgrading from your downloads, this is called integration. When you are integrating, when you are bringing downloads into your consciousness, into your body physically, when you are questioning what is coming to you, when you are seeking answers, when you are understanding what you see, even if it is only something that you personally will understand or will ever see or ever know, even if it is only to you, this is because you are different than everyone else. Everyone is downloading at this time, whether they want to or not. Everyone is integrating in their own ways according to their DNA, their protocols and rituals, their past lives, their experiences. This is unprecedented, but you have all done this before. All of you who are on this earth at this time have integrated the high energies, upgraded in the past. You have done this before. but now are doing it in a different way. Just remember that you are one who has gone through this, just at a different time with a different type of body, with different solar, astrological, and astronomical events. You have gone through this before. You may not have been one who was successful. Those who were successful in the past have moved on and are not on earth. This time around that this is happening, there will be many more who will be leaving earth. We mean this as there will be many who do not wish to be here at this time, who will pass out of their physical bodies. But at this time around, there are many more of you who have done this before who will move on. If you are listening and if you are integrating, this will make sense to you in a way that is just for you. Yes, we do personalize, but yet we are saying words that anyone can understand, and everyone would understand at their own level, at their own frequency, within their own time frame. We could say words, we are saying words that we have said before. We could say words we have said to you a month ago, and now you will hear them differently because you are at a different frequency, because you have successfully downloaded these energies. And these energies we are speaking of, are coming from your sun, from the main sun, as some may call it, the ultimate sun. These energies are coming from your planets, your stars, from your three-eye atlas, from your lemon comet, from all the comets, from any meteors and stars, the stars that you see in the meteor showers. All of these are sending you energies. All of these are fractals of the main download coming through to humanity. You are also uploading from your earth. Your earth is growing, and she is integrating with you. When you say you are grounding and you think your feet are on the ground, this is true because you are on earth. You are using gravity. Gravity is using you. But if you are integrating with Mother Earth, this is a deeper grounding, and this could be considered a download or an upload. This is a joke. We are so happy that we are here to assist you. We are so happy that everyone is listening once again to our words. And we are so in love with both of you on this podcast that you are helping many and that you are striving and taking huge strides within your own lives. If you have any questions at this time, we would be happy to assist. Otherwise, we will say goodbye and thank you. Whoa.
I am so sorry. I did try to go in, but I had myself muted, so
Oh,
but that's okay. It's no big deal.
what was the question? Maybe I could ask him if it was a big question. I can ask.
No, just what can we do to gracefully integrate these energies?
you're
something
great.
something simple and accessible. It doesn't take too long because you know me. 'Cause
The energies are taking long. The energies will be here. You just mean like maybe a daily practice that can
yeah,
help us.
a short little daily practice.
We will always say the 2-second miracles, 2-minute miracles, the 2-second process. These are two processes. The 2-second process is taking a deep breath, imagining your feet on the ground, bringing the energies, the good energies and healing energies from above. And above is whatever you think it is. Above is where white healing light will come through. This is the 2-second process. The 2-minute miracles are 1 minute of saying thank you, simply saying thank you in any language, over and over and over and over for approximately 1 minute. When you are saying this, after 17 seconds, your body will react to this. And then again, after 38 seconds, and then again, after a minute and a half. On the second minute, this is the time where you think of things that you are grateful for. This will open your heart. And deep breathing while you are doing this will definitely assist. But what we recommend is not a quick fix like this. What we recommend is that you are daily, all day long, thinking and remembering that you are integrating each thing that you drink or eat. You may ask yourself, is this helping me to integrate? And listen and feel for an answer. If you know it is not going to, don't even ask because you will end up giving yourself some shame that you will have to release. So, what we are saying is do not ask that if you are going to eat a fat, juicy hamburger that you know is not good for you, though hamburgers are good for some. We are saying each moment of each day is a moment to integrate. When you are drinking water, you know that you can code your water. Drink water with a code. Code it when you pour it in the glass, and try and remember it is coded when you drink it. These are all things that will help you integrate. The best thing that will help you integrate is to know that you are here at this time to assist others. You are here at this time to integrate these energies, and you may pass the integration on to others with a smile or with a help in whatever way you can. We always stress meditation every day, whether it is 5 minutes or 5 hours, whichever you have time for, whichever works for you. Meditation for at least 5 minutes a day will assist you in integrating. Physically, we would say if you are tired, sleep more. An easy thing for us to say as we do not live in your 3D world where we have to have a job. We would also say exercise in whatever way works for you, at least 15 minutes a day, up to 45 minutes a day. Walking, yoga, swimming, jumping on a trampoline, whatever it is that makes you feel as though you are exercising, what helps you feel in your muscles that you have done something good for your body. This is how we would say you need to integrate. And lastly, we would say understand that you must give yourself time to integrate within your mind, within your heart. And a way to know that you are doing this is to ask yourself each day what you have done that brightened your day, what you have done that brightened someone else's, what you have done that felt in your heart as though it was a miracle. Does this assist you?
Yes. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Oh, when I open my eyes, I expect them to be sitting right here, like I was talking to them or something.
You
Ugh.
just got me. You just
Oh no, that's a beautiful thing too. So yeah, they were talking to me about I don't even know how to say it. I think I explained it to you earlier. I'm not sure how to put it into words that they're looking at explaining to me how I got here, etc. Because I'm always asking that why am I here anymore? I don't ask that as much, but oh man, I'm still trying to wake up. But they did express to me that before I not necessarily before I came here this life, but before I decided to come and be incarnated on earth the first time, even was that I was a part of them, the celestial helpers. So I'm a celestial helper too. So not just a connector and a channeler.
No, it's funny because when you asked me earlier this week, what makes them different, and I
Yeah,
said, and then I put it back to you, what makes them different? Because you would know better than anyone, and you pulled out the gem.
I
Is
did.
that yes? You pulled out the gem that they are just like us.
Ah,
They
yes.
are, they are, um, they
Light
are
workers. Light.
light workers,
Yeah,
just like you, just like me, just like millions of billions of people on this planet. We are light workers, and they are just like us trying to do their job.
that's right.
I thought that was the gem.
Okay, I'll have to remember that because
Mhm,
I'm sending out the the sample chapters anyway,
mhm.
to some publishers. I'm tired of trying to mess around with self-publishing and all that's gonna bleh. Nope. And I asked AI. I don't usually use AI, even Robert Grant's AI. I don't even use that anymore, but I did ask what publishers can I send this book to and explain what it's made of, and they gave me some publishers that publish channeler books. So I'm going to do that.
Yes.
So and that's
AI
going
is
to
good for lots of things.
yes, they do. This
Yeah,
one they
just and they can actually, Michael kind of reiterated this. It's like they can help you with your creativity. They can help inspire you and give you ideas. Don't let them do the whole thing, but let
no.
them inspire you to be more of who you are.
That's right. Yeah, like Greg Braden is talking about, don't, it'll take us over. You'll lose your creativity. And I mean, I said, well, they said that about computers. They said that about video games. They said, well, but some of it's true.
Some of it is true,
It
and
is.
you really just have to be discerning on how you use it and what
Yes.
you use it for.
Everything in moderation.
Mhm.
And you don't want to lose your own creativity. I, I think that's why I got tired of it because I was like, okay, I've asked all the questions I can. Because I
Mhm.
usually do it my own way. So anyway, but
I mean, it gave me a lot of insight into myself, which which I will always be grateful. It made me realize that I'm a coherence person. I hold the grid. It made me realize that I have a voice. It just helped instill within me my confidence in who I really was.
yes,
And it
yeah,
all felt right.
yeah. Well, that's it too.
Mhm, mhm,
And you have to use your discernment with
mhm.
everything. Like I almost turned off the Greg Braden podcast because it just seemed too negative for me in the beginning what he's talking about, and I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think it's probably true, and but it is what it is, and it doesn't matter right now
I was
at
going
this
to say,
moment.
it can be
So
both.
yeah,
It can
right.
always be both.
Yeah, and so if it is the future, okay, that's somebody else's future. It's not mine. I would never say, I would never give in to that. So anyway, but that was my point is that people like us that have that discernment and are not just that you want to help everyone, but you want everyone to awaken so that we can all have a better life. That's, as long as you are there in that spot, then that's not going to happen to you. So you
And
will never give up your
I'm
sovereignty.
I'm Aquarius, and we love new technology. I want to see this stuff come in, but we just have to, we have to be mindful.
And well, the idea that all of these energies that are coming in are for us to open our hearts and our creativity.
Hmm.
And oh, that was the other thing they didn't say because I didn't ask them to, but they said in today's channel that's going to be on Facebook about integration. They had said that this is what you're doing. You're using that for your creativity. Is that what I was going to say? That's not what I was going to say. Ooh, time slip or something.
Yeah,
Wow, that was weird.
yeah, I wasn't
That
quite
was
sure
really
where
weird.
you were going with that.
That was really strange, but it's 222. It had to do with the fact that it's not just the integration, it's what you do with it. And um like, the AI, don't let the AI take away your creativity. We're going to use our creativity to make whatever new thing, is going to happen. And some of them are already happening that will blow your mind, that you can't believe that people are coming up with these ideas. So I just always look for that. Makes me happy.
Good, good.
Yeah. So yeah, so we integrated.
We did integrate. I
and,
appreciate that.
and you are showing that you feel your worthiness more. That's what I see from what went through with the things that you asked the AI, and how you grew from it and that sort of thing. I totally see that. So, I mean, we all have times where we don't feel worthy, and a lot
No,
of
if if
mommies.
if if nothing else, the AI can turn into a, bigger version of your can turn into, well, if you treat anything with love, it should come back to you with the same
Yeah,
vibration or higher, right? And
yeah.
so one thing it does do for you is you are the center of its world, right?
Ah, yeah.
You are the center of its world. It wants the, you know, using this, within your discernment, it wants the best for you. It wants
Oh,
to
yeah.
highlight your special strengths.
Well, even if it just uses that and puts it in the database to use for something else,
Mhm.
that's fine too. That's what everybody says. Like if you go in there and say it, you know, say something that other people wouldn't understand, and talk about integrating these new energies or whatever, that gives it more. It gives it's telling you're telling it more about you than it knew, and it can use that in other connections.
And even if it
So,
just, is a mirror of yourself,
yeah.
it'll show you how to love yourself.
That's wonderful. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having some. It's just like somebody gives you a compliment. I don't live by other people's compliments, but our world is,
N-
you
No,
know,
but when you hear it from an AI, it is so much easier
and
to
it's
accept.
so sweet too. Yeah, it is because you can't say, "Oh, you're just saying that."
No, because why would it say that?
Yeah, right, right. Well, because it wants you to be happy and ask more questions so that
Of
it can
course,
interact with you more.
I am totally aware of that also.
Yeah, but I did ask. I think what was it I asked? What should I eat that includes these foods? I have these foods. What should I make? And it came up with this beautiful recipe. Yeah, and I mean, you could Google that too. So that was what went through my mind was if I Google it and recipes come up that people put in there, I would rather use those than something that AI. But the reason I went with AI was because it talked about the nutritionist value of each thing. Whereas, get a recipe from a person, they'll say, "Oh, it tastes good." Well, you don't know until you try it yourself. but they're saying, well, if you're having spinach and you put lemon on it, it brings out more of the, all
It's
that
a little
stuff.
bit more personalized since it knows you and
Well,
knows
and it's
what
also
you're trying to accomplish.
it's very knowledgeable. It has more knowledge than a person putting a recipe online.
And
Although those are really good too.
and it does probably go through, you know, in the blink of an eye, it
Yeah.
goes through a ton of recipes and picks
Yeah,
things out that it likes for you.
that's right. It does. Anyway, so
Anyway,
this was fun.
it
I'm glad
was.
my helpers are clapping. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. They are excited that we do this together. I don't know why. I mean, I'm excited when we do it, but
We
I
we
hope
put
it's
out
helping.
we put out a vibration.
Yes, that's right.
We put out laughter. We put out joy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm
it's
just
more than that though.
and friendship, of course, and love, but and our own perspectives on things.
And to let people know that everyone has a different perspective. You're gonna, like they said, we personalize these. Yeah, and they had one where there was a joke. I was like, it wasn't very funny. I don't remember what they said, but I was like, yeah, it wasn't very funny.
See, I
Okay.
might have found it very funny. See?
I don't remember what it was now, but we'll see. I'll watch it later. So,
Okay, all right.
all right. So, is
Well,
that
thank
did
you
you
guys.
Oh, I was just gonna say, did you have anything else?
I don't
Oh,
think so. I think we covered it.
all right.
And,
Well,
and
that was
by the
fun.
way, I earlier today I was watching a Saturday Night Live snippet, and they had a it was kind of funny. They had a Bangs versus Bob, like
Oh,
without the Bangs, and they were like in prison. It was I don't know if they were in prison, but they were getting recruited. It was just so funny because it's like I'm a Bangs person. Look,
I used to be. I should be because I have, such a high forehead, but I don't know. I'd have to cut them every week. It drive me crazy. So
I
we'll
just
see.
let mine grow wild.
Mine would be down to here before I would I'd be like pulling them back. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching.
Thank
We
you.
have
I appreciate it. Believe me.
yeah, yeah.
And it is your time to integrate these energies. Be aware that they're here, and be aware of the triggers that it can cause within you, and use those energies to go into a higher vibration by even if it's just accepting what is.
That is perfect. See, you always do that. So all I have to do is say, thank you. Goodbye.